Shall we start with Tommy Robinson? What do you make of that? I thought he was going to be released. I think I actually put out a tweet this morning, can't remember. I certainly knew that it wasn't going to stand up. Now, I'm not going to go back on what I've said, and when I see Tommy face to face, he might have it out with me. He may not allow me to interview him, which I kind of would understand, but it would be a little bit silly. I called Tommy Robinson an idiot. Some people misinterpreted what I said. They then began to get the message. I just think he was an idiot to fall into the establishment trap. Right? He shouldn't have done what he did. Technically, he was in contempt. That's still where I am. Now, I know the judge today has released him, but remember, ladies and gents, it's on bail. He's not quashed what I thought he would do, which was, and I think what Raheem thought as well from what he'd been telling me, which was the first offence when he got sentenced to 3 months suspended. That still stands. What the judge has said is what happened in Leeds was incorrect. There was too much haste because Tommy was told he was in contempt. He was told to take down a video, and I never knew this. He did it immediately. So where's the contempt? Where's the rush to get him in to prison? And don't forget, they did it within 5 hours. That's what makes Tommy Robinson, in my opinion, a political prisoner. It also backs up what I say, which is that he was a bit daft to play into their hands. They wanted him off the street. I personally want Tommy intrinsically involved in the Pakistani and Somalian rape gang debate. You can't do that when you're in prison. That's the point. However, he clearly was a political prisoner. He's still got to go back to Leeds now. They're going to have a retrial on that one. I am confident they will not send him down. I'm also confident, ladies and gentlemen, that what we saw today was people power. The police, by all accounts, Dick of the Yard, had the riot vans ready. They thought it would kick off if Tommy was kept in prison. Do you know what? I think they're correct. I think there is so much anger out there at the moment, both with Tommy being sent to prison, and I still maintain he fell into their trap and it was a form of contempt and he shouldn't have done it. I think he recognises that now himself. But he was a political prisoner. That tied in with the Brexit betrayal, which is definitely happening. They are ignoring our wishes, as proved by Mandelson. When people really get their heads around what I'm telling you about Skripals, which is a lie, and what I'm also telling you about Libya, and where they're saying he betrayed Britain's hospitality. No, our government is betraying us. They were in bed with Gaddafi. Then they were in bed with the Islamists. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? And then people are getting angry as well with people like Mandelson, calling us knuckle-dragging racists, when he's the man, as I said in my Sputnik column, if you've read it, you must read it today, it's out and about at the moment, all about patriotic Pete. He's so patriotic. And it's also about the way we're being betrayed there as well. I think people getting angry, no more. What's that one? That's the specials, isn't it? Ghost Town. People getting angry, yeah? Neville sings that. But you know the bit I'm talking about? Huh? Anyway, there we are. See, I told you I'm in a good mood. I find it hard to rant and rave. I think Dick of the Yard was probably correct. There was going to be riots on the street if Tommy wasn't released. And so again, I think this proves he's a political prisoner and they've released him to try and take some of the sting out of what's going on at the moment. But I've got to say to Tommy Robinson, and when I see him, I might try and speak to him later, although he's probably busy with his family, and I know he's going on holiday on Friday, but I will talk to him in the next few days, either off air or on air. I do want to say to Tommy, you played a bloody blinder. When he came out of prison from Onley, just down the road from me, just on the outskirts of Rugby, Daventry, that way, I used to drive past it all the time, he was having none of it. He was having none of it. He would not talk to them, to the mainstream media. I almost felt sorry for that bloke from Sky until I realised, Jason, isn't it? Isn't that his name? Tommy basically said, listen, you've lost the trust of the public. Why would I talk to you? You just lie about me. Today was another massive, and I don't think I'm going over the top here, a massive nail in the coffin of the mainstream media. Because he could just talk over Jason's head, and then Kay Burley, I was watching it on Sky just a minute ago, she's got a face like a smacked arse, well, more like a smacked arse than ever. Don't you think she always looks like a bulldog chewing a wasp? Yeah? Anyway, Kay Burley, right? If her facelifts dropped, she'd break her bloody kneecaps. Oh, maybe I'm being unfair, but I think I'm being pretty accurate. She's such a superior so-and-so, isn't she? So anyway, Kay Burley's talking to Jason. Jason's upset, so Jason starts saying, ex-EDL leader. All the usual crap comes out, yeah? There's a bit where he says to Tommy, oh, but we represent the public. You can talk to us. They'll hear your message. Tommy's just ignoring him as he goes towards the car. Because Tommy's obviously going to do a Facebook press conference or something where he'll have his say. He's also obviously going to be very careful, because don't forget, or he should be very careful, I warn him now, because he's going to have to go back to court and be retried. Let's not give them any more ammo, Tommy. But it was brilliant, and it was a nail in the coffin of the MSM. Tommy is not playing their game. And this Jason guy, he's quite a good reporter, but he was making out as if, he's made a big mistake here because as a political activist, he needs the media on side. Bullshit! Donald Trump got elected. He had the whole of the Democrats against him, the whole of the MSM, the Clinton News Network, the biased BBC, every major newspaper in DC and across the States, and he had his own party against him. He won. And do you know how he won? He won over their heads on Facebook, Twitter, and social media. That's why shadow banning is such an important story. It should be a democracy where everybody can have their say, including the lefty snowflakes. So Tommy played a blinder. I hope he keeps playing a blinder, because he's right. The MSM lie. The MSM have been in collusion with the British government over Libya. They're in collusion with the government now over the Skripal poisoning case. And they are in collusion with them over Tommy, because even the headlines now are saying far-right activists. I don't think Tommy is far-right. And they always bring up the EDL. And as I said in my Sputnik column, if you read it today, it's all over my Twitter feed. Lots of people are retweeting it. What's the difference between what Tommy Robinson did and what he went to prison for, the mortgage fraud, and Peter Mandelson, who didn't go to prison? He just said, but it was a mistake. You try using that defence. One law for them and another for the rest of us. So I have no real time for the MSM. And when I go on RT and Sputnik, people say, they must tell you what to say. No, they don't. It's the BBC, ITV and Sky who do that. But I think people are waking up to this. The MSM is dead. It's almost buried. And it's great news that that's the case. It's also great that the technology is here now, that we can broadcast from our kitchen like I'm doing. I've got my own little studio, if you can hear the noise in the background, being constructed at the moment for peanuts. For absolute peanuts. I'll be doing telly from here. I'll be doing radio from here. I'm doing my internet work from here. The world has changed. And the MSM can't cope with it. Kay Burley did not know what to do today, nor did Jason. What, you don't want to talk to me? No, you're liars. You're all liars. And they had to show that. And the BBC will have to show it later, because they have to cover the Tommy story. Tommy Robinson is a hero. He's not a hero of the alt-right, as the mainstream dinosaur media want to tell you. He is a working class hero. He's part of us against them. I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with everything he's done in his past. He probably doesn't agree with me. Certainly not when I called him an idiot, I presume. But I'm not scared of him. I don't think he's scared of me. I think we can have an open exchange of views.